guys, you're welcome to my channel Genius Tutorials. So in this video we will be discussing the LRDI section of CAT 2019. I hope you guys like the video and do not forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel. Also, if you have any queries or any comments, please do leave them in the comment box below, and thanks for watching.
Okay, so let's start with the discussion of the question paper. So the first problem which we are going to address today is the selection. See, the most common mistake students make is that they do not select the correct sets. So what should be your basic criteria to select your sets? So the first one should be that the question should be very clear to you. The statement of the question should be understandable, and which means that when you read the question it should make sense to you and it should be comprehensible. Okay, the next thing is that this statement should be short. For example, let's say you take 2 or 3 minutes to read a question and then you decide that you won't be able to do it, or it doesn't make sense to you, so you leave the question and you move on to the next one. Whereas if you pick up a lengthy question at the beginning, if you pick up a lengthy question and let's say it takes you around 6 to 7 minutes to read the question, understand the question, so you're basically wasting around 10 minutes to understand whether you should do the question or not. And if you skip, then it will be a major setback for you. So basically the question should be short and easy to understand. And the third criteria is obviously if the topic is familiar to you. If you think that you have done a similar question earlier, then you should obviously consider doing that question. Okay, so now this is the first set which I selected to do. Let's see why. So first of all, the statement is very easy to understand. It's a short question, it's not that lengthy. And see, the first paragraph explains the figure which is attached along with the question. For example, it gives us the description of the figure. The figure below shows the street map for a certain region and so on. So it explains this figure. Whereas the next 6 points, these 6 points will be a guideline to follow to form the arrangements. Also, it is a question of arrangements, which is a topic which I am most familiar with and I think is an easy topic, easy to do. So I selected this set. Now let's see how do we approach this question. Okay, so let's start by reading the question first. The figure below shows a street map for a certain region with street intersections marked from A through L. So this is A, which is the starting point, L is the ending point here, and these are all the street intersections. Then you have a person standing at an intersection can see along straight lines to other intersections that are in her line of sight and all other people standing at these intersections. So for example, a person standing at G can see B, C, F, E, H, K, all of these people. In particular, a person standing at an intersection G can see the person standing at intersection E irrespective of whether there is a person standing at intersection F. So for example, if there is a person standing at intersection K, he or she will be able to see the person at intersection I irrespective of the fact that whether J is occupied or not. Now let's read the further instructions. So 6 people U, V, W, X, Y, Z are standing at different intersections and no 2 people are standing at the same intersection. So there is no overlap. Then you have the following additional facts are known. X, U and Z are standing at the 3 corners of a triangle formed by 3 street segments. So in this figure there is only one triangle which is formed by B, F and G. This means X, U and Z should have been the vertices of this triangle. Then the next information is X can see only U and Z. Okay, the third one states Y can see only U and W, and the fourth one says U sees V standing in the next intersection behind Z. So now see, if U is able to see V which is standing behind Z, this means we have this pattern for placing U, Z and V here, right? Because here you will be able to see Z and will also be able to see V which is standing in the next intersection behind Z. So this is the order to place U, Z and V. Now u and z cannot be at these 2 points because there is no direct connection with this point for v. So this basically means u and z should be at either these two positions in any order or at these two positions again in any order. Now let's see the various cases we can form here. So if I place u, z and v here, now u is able to see z as well as v both. So x will be placed here. Now I have to place y such that y can see u. This means y will be either in horizontal lines to u or along the vertical lines to u. So one possible case is this one. But here y will also be able to see x, which is not possible because y can only see u and w. Now the next case possible is if I place y in the vertical lines to u. Now in this case y will also be able to see z and v. So this case is also not possible. Now let's see another case for this one. If I place u, z and v here, then x should be at the third vertex of the triangle, which is this one, and y should be either on the horizontal lines of u or on the vertical lines. Since all the places for the horizontal lines are filled up, let's say y is here. Now if you see which position can w take, w cannot see v or z. This means w cannot be here because if w is placed here, it will be able to see z. And similarly, w should not be placed here as well because w cannot see v according to point number 5. So the only positions left for w is either this one, which is C, D, H, K and L. Now w can also not be placed at D position because it says that no one among the 6 is standing at the intersection D. This means for w to be visible to y, y can see u and w. So w can only be placed here, right? But x can see only u and z. If we place w here, then x will be able to see w, which is again not a possible case. So we will eliminate this one as well. So now the only case possible is if I place u here, z here and v here. Now x has to be at the third vertex, which will be this one, and y should be able to see u. So y will either be on the horizontal lines or on the vertical lines. Obviously y cannot see v and z because y can only see u and w according to information number 3. So y will be placed here. Now let's talk about w. We have to place w such that it cannot see v or z. So w cannot be in these lines, that is at these positions. W cannot be at these positions. Now let's see what all positions are left for w. This position D is also not occupied by any of these. And if I place w here, then w will be able to see x. But it says that x can only see u and z. So this case is also not possible. So the only position left for w is if we place it here because it has to be visible to y. So this is the final solution. So I hope you guys understood how we got our final arrangement, which is this one. Now let's move on to the question. So the first question is, who is standing at intersection A? Obviously this is intersection A and nobody is standing here, so my answer will be no one. The next question is, who can see V? From this one it is clear that only Z and U can see V. So our answer will be U and Z only, that is option 3. The next question is, what is the minimum number of street segments that X must cross to reach Y? So if you count it from this one, because diagonal makes the segments to be one less than what it actually is. So if X goes from U, then U to Y. So the minimum number of street segments is 2. So option number 1 will be our answer. The next one is, should a new person standing at intersection D, who among the 6 would she see? Okay, so if a person is standing at intersection D, that is here. So let's say this is the new person N. Who among the 6 will the person N see? So according to here, only the person will only see X as well as W because these are the only 2 people standing vertically or horizontally in its way. So W and X will be our answer, which is option 3.